Growing Pains premiered September 24, 1985. A Long Island family, a psychiatrist dad, and 7 seasons that hid more real pain than the title ever suggested. The Seavers looked fine. Not everyone was. 1. Andrew Koig as Richard Boner Stabone. The nickname alone was enough to follow him everywhere, and it did, but Andrew Koig was never just the punchline. He was the son of Walter Koenig, Star Trek's Ensign Chekhov, which means he grew up understanding exactly how fame and anonymity could coexist in the same household. From 1985 to 1989, Koenig played Mike Seaver's goofy, loyal best friend across 25 episodes, the kind of sidekick who made the lead funnier simply by being in the room. After the show, the acting work dried up.
Hey, Boner! Mikey, I won't bother nobody, I'll just stay right here.
He voiced characters in G.I. Joe, guest starred on Deep Space Nine, following in his father's footsteps with some ambivalence, and worked increasingly behind the camera as a writer, director, and editor. He also became a serious human rights activist, traveling to Burmese refugee camps in Thailand in 2007, advocating for people whose problems made television feel very small. He was funny. He cared about things. He was also carrying depression for years, and in early 2010 he stopped taking his medication. He sold or gave away his belongings and traveled to Vancouver, a city he had loved since filming there in the 1980s. He went missing on February 14, 2010. His family searched Stanley Park, a place he used to walk, and found him there 11 days later. He had taken his own life. His father said plainly at a press conference, "My son took his own life," and asked that anyone in that kind of pain talk to someone first. Andrew Koenig was 41 years old. If you are struggling, please reach out to the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by calling or texting 988. 2. Ashley Johnson as Chrissy Seaver. Ashley Johnson was 6 years old when she joined Growing Pains as Chrissy Seaver in Season 6, the baby of the family, aged up from toddler to 5-year-old by the writers, simply because the plot required it. She stayed through the final season, working alongside Thicke, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Kirk Cameron simultaneously, and later said every memory she had from that set was good. Born August 9, 1983 in Camarillo, California, she never stopped working after the show ended. Television roles came steadily through the 1990s and 2000s. Phenom, Roseanne, ER, The Killing, and voice acting became a parallel career that grew into something remarkable. She voiced Gretchen on Recess from 1997 to 2001, Tara on Teen Titans, and spent over a decade building a resume in animation and gaming that ran alongside her live-action work without interrupting it. The role that defined her adult reputation came in 2013 when she provided the voice and motion capture for Ellie in The Last of Us, one of the most acclaimed video game performances ever recorded. She reprised Ellie in the sequel in 2020. When the HBO adaptation premiered in 2023, she appeared in a voice cameo in Season 2 as a nod to the original, a gesture that fans recognized immediately. She has also been a cast member on the Dungeons & Dragons web series Critical Role since 2015 and serves as president of its charitable foundation. When Thicke died in December 2016, the entire cast gathered at his funeral. Johnson said it was the last time she had seen everyone together, and that as a first TV dad, she had simply loved being around him. Today, in 2026, Ashley Johnson is 42 years old with an estimated net worth of $3 million. Chrissy Seaver grew up. Ellie survived a different kind of apocalypse entirely. 3. Jeremy Miller as Ben Seaver. Jeremy Miller was 8 years old when Growing Pains began, which meant he spent his entire childhood on camera as Ben Seaver, the rambunctious younger brother who idolized Mike and created trouble with the enthusiasm of someone who never considered the consequences. It is difficult to build a real childhood while also being a television character, and Miller has talked openly about the ways those years shaped what came after.
Going at a decent speed.
Then how come there's a pregnant cow passing us on the right?
Born October 21, 1976 in Covina, California, he appeared in all 166 episodes. By the time the show ended, he was 15, and the transition back to ordinary life came with difficulties. Child actors face without structures that might have helped. He has said he started drinking at age 4, finishing leftover beers at his grandparents' parties, and that by 12 he was getting drunk properly. The addiction grew slowly enough to be rationalized for years, and seriously enough that it eventually couldn't. He got sober, and the sobriety has held. When the economic crash hit in 2008, his catering company collapsed and he came close to homelessness. It was Thicke who helped pull him back, behavior entirely consistent with how the cast remembered their TV dad off set. When Thicke died, Miller released a statement saying he had lost a father. Today, in 2026, Jeremy Miller is 49 years old with an estimated net worth of around $500,000. Ben Seaver was always following his older brother into trouble. The real story is about finding a way out of it on his own. 4. Tracy Gold as Carol Seaver. The script is called Carol Seaver Fat. Not once, repeatedly, across multiple seasons, with jokes the other actors delivered and the showrunners apparently considered harmless.
From Felix, I flunked my mother, Fitzsimmons.
Chris, if you want help, there's...
Tracy Gold was a teenager sitting on that set, hearing her character described as overweight by her TV family. In front of a laugh track week after week, she had no voice, so she found a different kind of control. Born May 16, 1969 in New York, Gold auditioned twice for the role, passed over for the original pilot, then brought back when test audiences preferred her over the actress initially cast. She became Carol Seaver, the bookworm, the academic, the one who would study her way out of any problem, and she was very good at it for 6 seasons. By 1991, her lowest weight had dropped to an estimated 80 pounds. She was one of the first celebrities ever publicly identified as having anorexia. Photos ran in tabloids. She was suspended from the show. The writers sent Carol to London to explain her absence. She fought her way back over years, slow, non-linear, genuinely difficult, and in 1994 starred in For the Love of Nancy, a television film drawn directly from her own experience. In 2004, she was arrested for felony drunk driving after rolling her SUV on a California freeway. Her 7-year-old son suffered injuries. She pleaded guilty and has been transparent about both chapters of her life without excuses. Today, in 2026, Tracy Gold is 56 years old with an estimated net worth of $2.5 million. Carol Seaver always had to be the smartest person in the room. The real Tracy Gold figured out that surviving was its own kind of intelligence. Hit subscribe for more TV secrets, cast updates, and hidden stories. 5. Leonardo DiCaprio as Luke Brower. The producers added Luke Brower in season 7 because the ratings were sliding and they needed new energy. They found a 16-year-old from Los Angeles who had been grinding through commercials and bit parts since childhood. Nobody fully understood yet what they were looking at, but Ashley Johnson remembered later that everyone could feel it. This kid had something, and it was obvious before he had done anything to prove it.
Amazing! This is incredible! You're not as stupid as everyone says you are!
5'5" Del.
Born November 11, 1974 in Los Angeles, DiCaprio appeared in 23 episodes as the homeless teenager taken in by the Seavers. His real breakout came the following year, when This Boy's Life and What's Eating Gilbert Grape arrived almost simultaneously, the second earning him an Academy Award nomination at 19. After that, the trajectory was impossible to slow. Titanic, Catch Me If You Can, The Aviator, The Departed, Inception, Django Unchained, The Wolf of Wall Street, The Revenant. He finally won the Oscar in 2016. Less often noted is the environmental work running parallel throughout. He founded the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation in 1998 and has dedicated millions and decades to climate advocacy, work he considers as central to his identity as the acting. When Thicke died in December 2016, DiCaprio released a statement saying he would be forever grateful for the opportunity to work with him early in his career. He showed up for the funeral. Today, in 2026, Leonardo DiCaprio is 51 years old with an estimated net worth of $300 million. Luke Brower was the kid nobody expected to stay. DiCaprio has never really left. 6. Kirk Cameron as Mike Seaver. Mike Seaver was the reason people watched. Kirk Cameron was 15 when he became him. The smirk, the schemes, the charm that made every episode feel built around him.
Boner, hitting on your sister's best friend is totally uncool. Where you been?
And within a few seasons, he was earning $50,000 a week and appearing on every teen magazine cover that existed. He was nominated for 2 Golden Globes. He was ABC's defining young star of the decade. Born October 12, 1970 in Panorama City, California, Cameron converted to Christianity at 18 while still filming, and the conversion was total. He began pressuring producers to change storylines he found morally objectionable. He is widely believed to have been responsible for the firing of actress Julie McCullough after he discovered she had posed for Playboy, a claim he has partially disputed without fully denying. He stopped attending his co-stars' weddings and has acknowledged that doing so was hurtful in ways he didn't fully reckon with at the time. After Growing Pains ended, he married Chelsea Noble, and the two have 6 children. His career since has been entirely faith-based. The Left Behind films, Fireproof Fire, the highest-grossing independent film of 2008, Saving Christmas, which landed on IMDb's bottom 100 list, and more recently, Takeaways with Kirk Cameron on Trinity Broadcasting Network. He co-founded the ministry The Way of the Master and the Firefly Foundation, a summer camp for terminally ill children. Today, in 2026, Kirk Cameron is 55 years old with an estimated net worth of $10 million. Mike Seaver was supposed to grow up and become something. Kirk Cameron grew into something just not what the show imagined. 7. Joanna Karns as Maggie Seaver. Born February 12, 1953 in San Francisco, Karns was a recently divorced single mother when she auditioned for Growing Pains in late 1984.
Jason, my children are drifting away from me.
No, they're not.
She and Alan Thicke, also recently divorced, bonded over that immediately, and their off-screen friendship became the foundation for everything warm and credible about Jason and Maggie's marriage on screen. She played Maggie for all 7 seasons, the working mother who went back to journalism while her husband ran a psychiatric practice from the den, a setup that felt genuinely progressive for its era. Before the show, she was already a working actor, picking up guest roles on Starsky and Hutch, Charlie's Angels, Three's Company, and Hill Street Blues. A full career that most people have forgotten because Maggie absorbed it entirely. She was also a competitive gymnast before injuries redirected her toward acting. After the show, she built a directing career that has proved more sustained than her acting work. She has helmed episodes of Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, Grey's Anatomy, A Million Little Things, and Chicago Med. It is the kind of second act that requires real craft, and she has been doing it for over 2 decades. In 2016, she was diagnosed with ductal carcinoma in situ and underwent surgery 1 week before Alan Thicke died. She attended his memorial while still recovering, which tells you something about what that cast meant to each other. She later revealed she had lost her younger brother to drugs and alcohol, and that when Matthew Perry died in 2023, it hit close to home. Today, in 2026, Joanna Karns is 73 years old with an estimated net worth of $6 million. Maggie Seaver held the house together. Joanna Karns figured out that the most durable version of herself was behind the camera. 8. Alan Thicke as Dr. Jason Seaver. Here is what Alan Thicke was doing before Growing Pains, writing theme songs, The Facts of Life, Different Strokes, Wheel of Fortune. He was one of the most reliable composers of the era's television signatures, a Canadian who understood American pop culture instinctively. He tried to take that instinct to late-night television with Thicke of the Night in 1983, went up against The Tonight Show, and lasted 9 months. Born March 1st, 1947, in Kirkland Lake, Ontario, he arrived at Growing Pains having absorbed a public failure without letting it define him.
Oh, come on, Mike. You think you might have a stray thought or two you could share with your mother before she goes to work?
Yeah, I think
Jason Seaver, the psychiatrist who moved his practice home so his wife could return to work, was genuinely unusual television for the era. A sensitive, involved father who actually listened. Thicke played him with warmth that never curdled into corniness. What the cast said about him afterward was consistent. He was the dad on set too. When Jeremy Miller was near homelessness, Thicke helped pull him back. When Ashley Johnson joined as a 6-year-old, she remembered loving simply being near him. On December 13, 2016, he collapsed playing ice hockey with his son Carter in Burbank. One of his last sentences was a compliment to Carter on a nice shot. He died at 69 of an aortic dissection. His son Robin called him the greatest man he ever met. The entire cast, including Leonardo DiCaprio, attended the funeral. His estimated net worth at death was $40 million. Dr. Jason Seaver was always in charge. Alan Thicke was the real thing. 40 years after those kids first showed up at 15 Robin Hood Lane, the Seavers have scattered across every possible outcome from Stanley Park to The Last of Us. From anorexia recovery to Oscar stages, from faith-based documentaries to the most financially successful career in the history of film, the show looked wholesome. The stories underneath it never were. Drop a comment which one caught you off guard, and hit subscribe because there are a lot more front doors left to knock on.